Hey fam, my name is Junior, and this is High Five at 420. And the title of my message today is Damned If I Do and Damned If I Don't. Now, I wrestled on whether I could use the word damned, right? Because I'm like, man, some people may actually take that offensively, but I realized I was damned if I did and damned if I didn't, right? And I remembered this is Recovery Church, and one of our values is raw, right? So I just went for it. But let's get to the actual message itself. And it's called Damned If I Do and Damned If I Don't, because I want to talk about how we get robbed of our joy on a daily basis, right? Like, let's say that you're applying for a job and you're praying for a job and you're hoping for a job, right? And let's say that you get this set job that you had been praying for. So the blessing is here. Then you get to the job, and just like anything else you do in life, you're going to have hard days, right? During those hard days, that's when the devil is going to come and he's going to start tempting you to think, well, did God really say to take this job? Like, if I'm here and this is a blessing, why is it so hard? Like, maybe I made the wrong decision. Maybe I need to find another job. And what I've realized is confusion causes frustration. So when you get the job, right, you're damned if you do, because you're going to get there and you're going to start questioning whether you're in the right place. But let's say you didn't get the job. Right? Let's say you didn't get the job. Then you're going to sit back and the devil's going to say, man, if God really loved you, why wouldn't he have given you this job? Maybe you're not good enough. Maybe you just suck. Maybe you're below average, right? And now you're going to be damned or condemned, right? Because you didn't get the job. And what I realize is that the devil tries to steal our joy, whether we have the blessing or don't have the blessing. But what I realize is whether we have a green light or a red light, it is the blessing, right? Think about it. Some people got married, right? And when you're asking, you are excited about this person saying yes to you, to marry you. And then you got married and had some hard times, and now you're questioning it. Some of you right now are questioning your marriage. Did I marry the right one? What if there's a better girl? How about that girl? Why not this girl? And you're in there right now. You're in the blessing. You're in the promise, and you're questioning it, right? Because you're walking through a tough time. Some of you guys, the person said, no, I will not marry you, right? And now you're thinking, hey, what's wrong with me? Why doesn't anybody love me? Why am I not good enough? Again, you're damned if you do get it, and you're damned if you don't get it. But I'm here to tell you that whether you do get it or you don't get it, you are blessed. It is God's favor and God's blessing that is actually protecting you. See, what happened is when God was moving the Israelites out of Egypt, right, he actually led them through a wilderness because he wanted to change the way that they think, right? We have this conformed thinking. We conform our thinking to the ways of this world, which a lot of times are very, very negative, right? Our thoughts are negative. So what happens is this: God has to take them through a wilderness because he knows that if they get to the promised land with the wrong mindset, they're only going to focus on the giants that live there, and they're going to miss out on the milk and honey, right? But he also knows that if they stay where they at in Egypt, where they were slaves, then they're going to be slaves and they're going to miss out on God's best, right? So damned if you do, damned if you don't. Whether you make it to the promise or you stay in slavery, if you have the wrong mindset, you're always going to feel like you're in bondage. So what God is saying is, hey, I want to change the way you think. So many of us are so focused on God changing our circumstance, not realizing that he wants to change the way you think. So when you do make it to the promise, you'll focus on the blessing instead of the burden. So how do I live today, right? So what I do today is this: whatever decision I made, I stick with it. I don't question it. See, nothing will rob you more today than you questioning whether you made the right decision or not. So I have to tell myself that if I made the decision and God allowed me to do it, then I'm supposed to be here. So I don't question. Nothing will rob you more than you asking the question, did God really say? Which is what the devil said to Adam and Eve in the garden, right? So today, if you want to live in freedom, burn the ship. If you're married, hey, I'm supposed to be here. I'm not going to second guess it. If you have the job, unless God is telling you to move, man, I'm supposed to be here. Don't second guess it. What you need to do is you need to believe that you are where God placed you on purpose, for purpose. Don't waste time second guessing. Move forward and let him guide. I once heard a sponsor say, God will steer while you row, but he won't row while you steer. Keep on rowing. He will steer. Come on, somebody. God bless you.